Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here to talk about foundations because I have 6 foundations that are new to me sitting in front of me. Some of them are just new to me, some are new to the market, and I thought, you know what, let's just do a good old-fashioned ranking. I'm gonna let you know about these 6 foundations. I'm gonna let you know my thoughts and rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. And you know, it's like foundations are not something that you need a ton of. Like really, you just need one good foundation and that should do you. That should do the trick. That should last you. So I'm here to let you know what's good. I am going to give you some demos and swatches. I'm going to show you these on my face with wear tests. Let's go ahead and dive in. Hey, okay, so jumping in because I already filmed this, like filmed it completely, thought I was done, went into the bathroom and realized I had the Patrick Ta foundation, and that needs to be in this video. That needs to be in this video because it is my newest foundation. That's why it was in my bathroom. So forget the numbers, okay? We are talking about 7 foundations today. 7, not the top 6. So, as you're watching the videos, I will put the numbers on the screen. Please disregard the order that I'm talking about. The order is only changing slightly, but I will have the correct number on the screen. Let's jump in. So in the ranking of these 6 foundations, I did want to let you know the criteria that I was looking for. First of all, I have dry skin, so I'm looking for something that's not going to accentuate dry patches or make my face feel tight and gross. I'm looking for something that's giving me more of like a natural satin finish. In my ranking, I'm not taking into account whether or not it's a good shade match for me because I feel like different foundations can have, you know, like there are some foundations that are like your perfect match and others that are a little off, but I feel like no matter the match, I can make it work. So I'm really looking at the wear, how comfortable it is on my skin. Is it going to last? I'm a teacher. I'm working all day. I put my makeup on at like 5:30 in the morning and I wash it off at like 8 o'clock at night after my kids go to bed. So I need to know if it has lasting power, if it's not gonna sink into my fine lines and wrinkles because I'm in my late 30s. And yeah, so I'm just here to let you know, give you a rundown on these new foundations. The first one is one that I got in PR actually, and I was like, what? Okay, Urban Decay. So this is the Urban Decay Face Bond foundation. This one was supposed to be like self-setting and it's set down like a powder. You can get this for $40 on the Sephora website. The shade that they sent me was 10 Light Neutral, which when I think about it, I'm never shade 10 in a foundation. My skin is definitely, I would say light, sometimes even fair light. This one though, I feel like these shades run a little bit light in general. So the shade Light Neutral 10 does match me. This is said to be a medium coverage, a matte finish, good for dark spots, good for redness, good for acne and blemishes, a lightweight waterproof foundation with the skincare benefits of a serum and self-setting powder for a blurring effect in a medium coverage matte finish. Now, this is coming in the number 6 place because I have to say, reading these claims, matte finish, that's not something that my dry skin looks for. Medium coverage, I would say you do get a good medium coverage with this, but this is a product where when I'm wearing it over the course of the day, I can kind of feel it on my face. I can see where they say that it's like self-setting because once I put it on my face, it definitely feels like it's setting into the skin and gives that matte finish, and I don't have any kind of like glowy, dewy, hydrated look. I have to really go in with primers to get that glowy, dewy, hydrated look. This is one that I feel like lasts well, but as I'm going throughout the day, it is settling into those forehead lines. I mean, everything is going to settle to an effect in these forehead lines, but it's really settling into those forehead lines. It is creating some cakiness around my nose, settling into those smile lines. It's not one that I feel like gives my skin a youthful look, if you know what I mean. So it's gonna last me, it's going to pass the wear test and last throughout the day, but I don't think that it looks good at the end of the day. It's one that I'm kind of itching to wash this one off by the end of the day. I'm not at the point where it's like I hate it and I'm gonna declutter it, but it's not one that I'm actively reaching for. I feel like in this case, I probably could declutter it and I don't think I would miss it out of my collection, but this is one, if I just had maybe like a special event, but over a short period of time, maybe I wanted something, if I was gonna be outside in the Texas heat in the summer and I really wanted it to last, but I was only gonna be outside for like 3 or 4 hours, then maybe I would reach for this one, but it's definitely not a favorite for me. It's not one that I'm reaching for time and time again. I haven't yet been able to say like, okay, I'm gonna let you go, but I don't know that I would recommend this for my dry skin friends. And with these foundations, I do have like a full review and wear test on this one. So when I link the foundations down in the description box, I will link the videos that I have that correspond with these foundations as well. So this one is coming in the number 6 spot, Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. Coming in the number 5 spot is the most affordable at $8, y'all. $8. This is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. It does say this is supposed to be medium buildable coverage, long lasting. I have the shade 21 Light Neutral. This one you can pick up at Ulta. That's where I got mine. This does say that it's supposed to be long wearing. It is a satin foundation. There is a hydrating hibiscus complex. I don't know what that is, but there is a hibiscus complex fruit extracts. It says that this is a breathable liquid foundation that feels as good as it looks, no cakiness or heaviness, just smooth satiny finish. Now I have to say, my absolute favorite foundation of life is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and unfortunately for e.l.f., I feel like I compare everything to that foundation, especially if it's gonna tell me like satin finish. I'm like, okay, this does not give me a Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk feel, okay? This is not one that I would say is a dupe. This is not one that is comparable. This is in the number 5 spot because although the claims say that there is no cakiness or heaviness, I can feel this on my skin. This is more of a thicker formulation. I feel like when I put it on my skin, I can feel it. I feel like I can see it on the skin. It's not one that actually soaks in and gives me a satin finish like it says. Again, I'm putting this on top of dry skin, so that could have something to do with it, but I don't look at this and say, wow, my skin looks like silk. But I'm used to that effect with my Giorgio Armani. So we have to kind of keep that in mind, that comparison-wise, I could be unknowingly comparing this to the Giorgio Armani in my head. This is one, I have reached for it a couple times since it's come into my collection, but every time I wear it, I'm just left feeling a little blah about it. Like, it's not my favorite foundation, but I don't hate it. I can wear it. It does last throughout the day. It's another one where it's kind of settling into those fine lines. It's settling into my forehead wrinkles and such by the end of the day, but it lasts. It's still on my skin. It's not quite as uncomfortable on my skin as the Urban Decay. This one feels a little bit more comfortable, but I definitely can feel it on my face. So even though it is only $8, it's one that like I'm gonna keep it, and like I said, I'll wear it from time to time, but I don't know that I would repurchase this or really even recommend it for my dry skin friends. Coming in the number 4 spot, so 5 and 6 I would say weren't my favorite, not quite hate it, like not quite decluttering them yet, but now the next 4 are ones that I do enjoy. I'm just ranking them based on personal preference. So coming in the number 4 spot, this is from LYS Beauty, and it looks like it was a Best of Beauty Allure winner in 2021 when LYS Beauty hit the scene. You can find this at Sephora for $24. The shade that I have is LN6. I feel like this shade works well for me. This is a medium coverage hyaluronic acid, good for uneven texture. Now, I don't know that I personally would say this is medium coverage. It does say on the Sephora website, a luxuriously clean skincare infused serum foundation with buildable light to medium coverage in an array of shades. I would definitely say light to medium. It does give me more of that light to medium coverage. I can see my skin underneath, but this one is not going to be as uncomfortable as the e.l.f. or Urban Decay. This one does have that serum texture where it's sinking into the skin nicely. My skin looks hydrated. It feels comfortable. This is one where it is going to give me good wear throughout the day. Again, at the end of the day, do I look like my face is flawless and like I just put my makeup on? No, it looks like it's probably time to take my makeup off, but again, I'm putting my foundation on at 5:30 in the morning and I'm taking it off at 8 o'clock at night. So I'm really asking my foundation to do a lot. For the majority of the day, this looks nice on my skin. I can see freckles underneath, I can see beauty marks underneath. I really don't know that I feel like this would be the best for like redness, but it doesn't say that on the Sephora website. It says good for uneven texture, and the hyaluronic acid is going to give you like the hydration that you're looking for. I like this one. I had it in my my collection back in the day when it first released, and I went ahead and repurchased it. LYS did add me to their PR list this year. I did win that over on Instagram, so I have been super excited, but I did go ahead and purchase this one myself because I wanted to do a full face of LYS Beauty, and it had been a while since I tried this one. I feel like LN6 is not the best shade match that I remember it being, but like it works fine for me, and this is a good foundation. I can't remember if I said the price on this one, so in the event that I didn't, it is $24. LYS is very affordable compared to other foundations and other brands that you're gonna find at Sephora, but also I feel like it's affordable when you're thinking about drugstore foundations these days. I mean, we have drugstore foundations that are $18, $19, $20, and this is $24 at Sephora. Coming in the number 3 spot is also from LYS Beauty, but this is their new stick foundation. This was sent to me from the brand when they launched it this year. I wanna say it was like in August, like this just launched. It's very new. I have a whole video where I'm trying this out, but y'all, this is a stick foundation. So I have to say, I was skeptical. Stick foundations have not been my best friend with my dry skin, but you can see the stick foundation is in 3rd place, whereas the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation was in 4th place. I like this one a little bit better. This is $25 at Sephora. It says that it's medium coverage, a natural finish, cruelty-free, an ingredient-rich skin tint stick enhances complexion to help visibly even skin while concealing the look of any blemishes or uneven tone with just one swipe. I feel like this stick foundation gives me just a tiny bit more coverage than their liquid foundation, but it does sit very natural on the skin. It's giving me more of a medium finish, but I'm having the hydration. It's not settling into any lines weird, and it really has good wear throughout the day. It's one where I don't feel it. Once it's on my skin, I don't feel it. I'm not thinking about it. My foundation is lasting. This is very quick and easy when it comes to getting ready for work in the morning. Like I can just do a few swipes, use my beauty sponge to blend it in. The sponge that I used with all of these in the demo today is from Singe Beauty. Take my sponge, blend it in. This foundation, this is the shade LN6 as well. This shade seems to work fine for me. Again, I feel like it might not be my perfect shade, but it works well. I love this foundation. I have been reaching for it. I have been reaching for it on a day today because it really is comfortable. And I do like the way that my skin looks when I have this on my face. And y'all, I wore this for the first time. Well, maybe it wasn't the first time, but I wore this when I was going to a football game outside in the Texas heat, and I was like, okay, we're gonna put this to the test, and y'all, it lasted. In this Texas heat, it lasted. So I love this one. The one thing I will say about it though is mine does not twist all the way down. When I got this one, it does have a little smudge in the cap. I believe that these are supposed to roll all the way down. I've seen other people twist theirs down, and someone told me like take my finger and push it down, but really it's not. I don't like getting my fingers dirty. Like it's not that deep to me, but just be forewarned that this can get a little messy. Surprisingly, coming in the number 2 spot is a skin tint. I never thought I'd see the day. I'm not a huge skin tint person. I'm not someone who wants that barely there makeup. Like either I'm taking the time and putting my makeup on and I want it to look like I have makeup on, or I'm like, just forget it. Like I'll go barefaced. But this is the Sigma Skin Perfecting Hydrating Tint. I have the shade 2. I believe that's the shade that works best for me. This is $39. Sigma did send this to me. I have an affiliate code with them. It's KBella if you are ever wanting to try something out to save some money. But y'all, this is surprisingly more coverage than like the other skin tints that I've tried, but still feels very light. It feels very lightweight. It says online that it's an ultra smooth formula to provide the hydrating boost of moisturizer and the lightweight buildable coverage of a liquid foundation, allowing you to customize your look from sheer to medium coverage. I don't think that I would go ahead and say I get quite a medium coverage, but I definitely get light to medium. It's very comfortable. It gives me more of like that natural finish where it looks like my skin, but like a healthier version of my skin. It has hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, squalane, niacinamide, all of the things that my face loves. So this is going to give you that dewy, natural looking finish. It is going to give you a little bit of oomph. I will say this is one where I feel like it doesn't quite sit down completely. have to put maybe a little bit more powder than I normally would, or powder some areas like around my chin that I wouldn't normally powder, just because I feel like when it's on my face, I don't feel it on my face, but if I touch my skin, I can feel it on my skin. It's not uncomfortable. It does have a good amount of wear. This is one where toward the end of the day, it is kind of wearing off or looking like you need to wash your face if I've been wearing it all day. But this is great for like day to day, like when I'm going to work or when I'm running errands on the weekend. I don't think that I would pair this with like a full glam, like I didn't pair it with today's eye look, but for a quick, easy, everyday go-to, like this is great. This is fantastic. And I never really thought I'd see the day that I loved a skin tint, but this is a good one. Okay, so because of my little mishap, the Sigma Skin Perfecting Skin Tint, the hydrating tint, this is actually the number 3, not the number 2 product. And I have to throw Patrick Ta in here at number 2. This foundation surprised me. It surprised me in a good way because a lot of people did not enjoy this foundation. They thought that this foundation was too hydrating, too dewy, it didn't set down on their skin, and they just weren't overall a fan of it. And so at first I thought, you know what, like I'm gonna skip over it. I'm not gonna spend the money on it. Except Patrick's first foundation that came out, the cream one, people also didn't like and I love. And we can see here that this is true. It's not edging out my number 1 foundation that we're going to talk about today, but this is the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation for Natural Glow. That's a mouthful. It is $58 at Sephora. I have the shade 5 Golden Neutral. It says that this is hydrating, radiant finish, hyaluronic acid, medium coverage, a lightweight and luminous foundation with serum inspired ingredients, and a buildable medium coverage formula that boosts hydration and blurs the look of imperfections. Okay, I don't know that I agree with medium. I'd say maybe light to medium. And if you watch my review of this foundation, this is radiant. This is dewy. This is glowy, like borderline an illuminating foundation, okay? When it settles down, like it will set, and when it sets, it's not quite as scary luminous as when you first apply it, but y'all, if you have dry skin and you want to be glowy, dewy, stunning, this is it. This is it. I have been wearing this nonstop. I really enjoy it, y'all. Like, it gives me good lasting power. It lasts throughout the day. It does settle in my forehead wrinkles a little bit because it is illuminating. And if you have texture on the skin, I feel like it would probably illuminate that. I don't struggle with texture, but overall, it makes my dry skin look hydrated. It makes my dry skin look dewy. It gives me that glowy effect that I'm always trying to achieve with primers and other foundations. It's not my top favorite. We'll see. There is one that edges it out. But y'all, even at $58, I love this stuff. I have been reaching for it. I have been loving it. I'm going to continue using it. This foundation is great for like day to day. I don't think I would wear this necessarily for like a special occasion. Like I have some weddings coming up and I don't think this is the one that I'm going to reach for. But for like day to day, when I'm just going to work and I want my skin to look hydrated and dewy and luminous, like this really does a good job. And the wear is good. For it to be hydrating and luminous and dewy, like it's giving me good wear. So y'all, I like this one. That brings us to the number 1 spot and then another Best of Beauty Allure winner, but this one is for 2023. This is the Haus Labs foundation, the brand from Lady Gaga. This is $49. I do have the shade, oh gosh, it's hard to see, 110 Light. This one was tricky to find a shade match in, but 110 Light is the one that I went with. Now this is not new to the market, but it's new to me. I recently added this to my collection. The claims are that this is a natural finish, long wear, hypoallergenic, a medium coverage weightless clean foundation that helps reduce redness and protects from environmental stress. I will say this one is going to give you that medium coverage. This does have a very natural skin-like finish, so it almost looks like my skin but an enhanced version of my skin. It's not quite as dewy as the Sigma, but it's not a flat matte. It's not giving me flat like the Soft Glam from e.l.f. or the Urban Decay. I have a little bit more hydration. It looks a little bit more, I don't know, it gives me like a little bit more oomph on the skin. I really, really enjoy this one. The wear on this is fantastic. I've been wearing it to work. It gives me a nice even coverage. It's not sitting in my fine lines weird. And this is one that can really last throughout the day. This is a multi-purpose foundation, so I know it's the most expensive at $49 of the ones that I'm talking about today, but this one I feel like is really worth it. And again, I mean, you don't need a variety of foundations. Really, you just need one. Get yourself a good foundation. This is a great multi-purpose foundation. I can wear it for special events. I can build it up in certain areas. It's going to give me that flawless finish, but on the quick day today when I'm just slapping something on and going to work, it's also going to last and it's going to give me good wear. It holds up in the Texas humidity and it doesn't cake up on my dry skin. It's not settling weird into those wrinkles and crinkles that I have. This has just become a favorite for me. I should have listened to Smegs. She told me, don't sleep on the Haus Labs foundation, but I had so many foundations in my collection that I finally bit the bullet and I don't regret it. This is a good one. So out of these 6 foundations, if you were going to only purchase one, I would say splurge, y'all. I would say splurge and get the Haus Labs. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this video, ranking the last 6 foundations that I have tried. Now, if you're interested in like just hearing more of my thoughts about foundations, I did film like my top favorite foundations of all time, so I will have that listed down below. Now, these foundations, I don't believe any of them are in there. The Haus Labs might be in there, but the others are not in there because I did film this not too long ago, but a little bit ago, and these are new in my collection. So if you enjoy videos like this, if you enjoy complexion and foundation videos, please let me know down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, if I've used these in videos on their own, that will be linked down below if you want to go ahead and binge watch my videos. Otherwise, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.